Yeah, yeah, beautiful. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Street, so we chop it, so we do it. This is when I come feel lock down the street, alright. So we chop it, so we do it. Land down and we a lock down the street, so we chop it, so we do it. This is when I come feel lock down the street. All I'm full of, we go play back again. And everybody say yeah, 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 yeah. All I'm full of, we go play back again. See them tapping up the big tune. All I'm full of, we go play back again. And everybody say yeah, 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 yeah. All I'm full of, we go play back again. See them tapping up the big tune. All I'm full of, we go play back again. And everybody say yeah, yeah.
To calibrate your levels of applause and in the process make enough noise that everybody who thinks that it's their time to eat or listen to music or perform and speak on acts in the Portaloos realizes they should really be here listening to poems. Is that alright? Yeah. Yes, fantastic. Thank you for answering. Makes me feel less like a man talking to himself. We're going to find some levels of applause. We're going to start quite low. So can you give me like a golf clap, polite applause? Something happened. You're just being nice. Yes. Let's feel this. Okay, let's stop. Hopefully we'll never hear this again because I felt my soul draining from my body as you did it. So let's kick this up a notch. Imagine you something happened. I don't know. A sports team you don't support made a play that you appreciate, and I'm realizing I'm using a sports metaphor for a poetry audience. We're going to roll with it. Alright? Something nice happened, you appreciate the skill, you don't have a personal stake, we're going to appreciate the skill. Let's hear what this might sound like. Alright, now we're going to veer back towards art. Imagine you've just seen a band on stage. It's one of those bands you used to like when you were younger, and as you grew up you realize you actually had good taste when you were younger. They're still good, they check out, they've not been cancelled, and they just finished a really solid gig. What would that sound like? Amazing. Alright, and then now imagine you've just heard the poem. You came to the festival, it's a sunny day, you chose to spend some time in a shady tent, but the poem spoke to the person inside you you weren't even sure was there, and it changed you into someone better, somehow improved you as a human being. You've worked through the thing with your mother, and you're going to leave here happier, better, and more environmentally sustainable somehow. I don't know how. That's the power of poetry. What would your reaction to that sound like? Remember this level of applause. We're going to come back to it when I introduce our first act. A multi-slam winning poet who does not shy away from taboo subjects, has a particular interest in mental health, and we all need more mental health themed words in our lives. We do. She's a consummate performer and someone that I'm really excited to hear. So I'll stop talking to you now, bring her up to the stage, and I hope your applause reaches the same deafening levels as moments ago. Up until she grabs the mic. Please, our first performer for today, Jemima Hughes. Give it up!
This world is so different to the last one I knew. It's like someone photoshopped me in but forgot to airbrush me smooth. I used to be a chameleon, now I'm the elephant in the room. My body is a prison with a chief that won't listen. Inmate for life, no chance of parole or escape plans to come into fruition. People look at me like they can catch it. Maybe they can, but I'd argue more likely that they don't understand. His name is gonna haunt her. His name is going to take her life. His name is Protected. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Showing what poetry can do, which is called a lot of different emotions at the same time on a sunny day, listening to a story of the kind that too often does not get told. A poet, an educator, a hip-hop artist, someone who explores just that, alternative stories, what it means to be human through poetry and music, and we get to hear some of her work on this stage today. I'm going to get out of the way and let her give you her words. Please, put your hands together and make enthusiastic noises with your mouths for Manira Pilgrim!
I'm glad to be here. How are you guys? I'm not saying I have books on me, but if someone wanted a book, there may be some books if it's not illegal. But if it's illegal, then there's no books. My name is Manira. I'm going to perform some poetry from my poetry book, my poetry collection called That Day Shall Proclaim Her Chronicles, which is a verse of Quran. I am Muslim. This day and time we're like, why is the earth on fire? Why is this happening? Why is that happening? But it feels like when we have poets in such abundance, such rich abundance, when we have people fighting causes, it's really good that we all proclaim our chronicles, right? We all tell our stories, because all of us have some stories that are not known. I opened the 12-inch cardboard envelope the color of dirty sand. Pull out the white paper sleeve made to hug the black vinyl. Walk, disbalancing between my upright palms. It hit the deck and spins. 33 RPM, pin grip suspended on the edge of this whirling black orb. No beginning, nor end, slightly warped and spinning. I back away from the player, sink into the soft edges of my bed. The first note holds like it's gasping for breath. I am the center of the story. I don't know about African American matriarchs cooking grits or collard greens. I've never witnessed my grandma sitting on verandas singing God hymns while puffing a pipe, though I know that she did. Cause me, I'm more second generation, Jamaican in Britain, Grand's house and Saturday soup, blue and white vans picking me up for Sunday school. Every cousin was a sound man with a stack system in their room. I was more knockout ginger but home before 8. The frosted chicken mums coming home late. But the words, these words they spoke to me. You will rise, and I feel the blood in my body stirring. A long list of nameless women unfurl inside the coat of my skin, and I realize that prayers do travel through vinyl. A song is our sanctuary filled with our fathers, our men's and our means. Notes can be our mutiny. This is Dominant G. He's a rapper, but for me, he's doing some beatboxing. This poem is called Divine Light. Bismillah. When those in ivory towers, safe from the threat of a system that sees them as zeros, cast judgments, fast and tornadoes, spin rooftops in the air, burrowed deep in the bellies of black boys everywhere. Infernos ignite, crackle, and Grenfell like wildfires devouring captured land. When they regurgitate news of an unarmed man slain by police pistol, life will strain like muggy water in the bottom of a bath, and they don't even flinch because the images the news have gathered quickly confirms their suspicions. He probably deserved it. Black boys with their internal organs in flames breathe fire like purgatory. It's for our own good. We just don't know it. For they are the lighter fluid that keeps the earth turning. The redemption that keeps God from starting all over again. They see with such clarity that their ends are nothing but a surplus of greys and off-browns. Hutches for houses, tucked in the parts of the city that no one wants to see. These hot-bellied black boys are the lights and the colours and the comfort, them and their kin. Without them, the borough is all weeds and no trees. So when these black boys breathe fire, from the tops of their voices like town criers in each corner of the city, I say, let them. Soft body, my body soaked in lavender with a fragrance somewhere between mangoes and vanilla body. Dear you, stout like your grandma, curved like your mama, thick skin and supple heart, blemished skin and breaking heart. Sorry for the times that I've neglected you. Failed to shower you with gratitude because you are more than vessel, more like vital. Without you, this world is void and without form. No thought, no feeling, no functioning, no witnessing God wanting to be known. No stumbling over Subhanallah when hearing it for the very first time.
If you yourself are a poet or know someone who is at risk of becoming a poet, there is help available, and one place you can go to for help is Verve Poetry's open mic night, which happens every month on the 3rd Tuesday of the month, which this month will be the 18th. It's at 7 p.m. At the Hive in the Jewelry Quarter. It's free. You can go and listen if you don't want to share, or you can bring something and share. It's a lovely community. Check it out. Google it. You've already forgotten everything I said. And rightly, because you're excited for our next performer. Our next performer is someone, well, performer is a perfect word. It's someone who pays attention to the words and to how they are presented on stage and pushes the art form forward with their work. Some of you may have seen their incredible show, Dancing to Music You Hate. If you haven't, check it out wherever you can. Please, welcome to the stage, Birmingham's Poet Laureate, Jasper Cousins!
Thank you for choosing to buy a ticket to Moseley Folk Festival and listen to the poetry. Lots of bass, please, lots and lots and lots. This is for the poets, or anyone who's had to stand up and speak for the first time, and then every time after that. You know what happens. The way our pulse is booming too loud, and the panic is pounding our head, and the blood is blushing our face, and our body has bottled to still, and how our being is blocked by our fear, and they both just blend into one, and the pumping buries our voice, heartbeat just blares over all. It's a pistol backfired, pushed up button, bursting piper, broken buzzer, blood cells bounce from pulse to pulse and push the bass like past the bustle, busy body brains are bust up belly boiling. beating back the beater, blockers splitting, blue store blown apart. Better be, 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 better be. Thank you.
Yes!
That is the first time I've ever given myself a stitch on both sides during that poem. Wow, yeah, old age. I think I've done that one enough. Woo! Okay, nice.
Boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and boots.
Lovely. All right, can you get me? No? Okay. Thanks. Okay. Your palms if you remember your first kiss. And you were awful. Yeah. Weren't sure what to do with these, were you? If you've watched an explicit love scene with a parent, and now you don't talk about it, show me your teeth. If you've ever got period blood on your clothes, and it showed, curl your toes. If you've had more wet dreams than you care to reveal, scratch your nose. Nonchalantly. As if you did that unconsciously too. If one Christmas you were basting the turkey when you realised this is the nakedest thing I've handled all year, blink. If someone has said to you in bed, I appreciate the gesture though, hang your head. If you're single and you fucking despise Valentine's Day, cross your arms. Still working out how to be happy on your own? Touch someone on the shoulder, even if that someone is yourself. If you know someone who was forced and they didn't know what to call it, breathe deep. If you've realised that transphobia is still accepted bigotry, sit up in your seat. If you've held a pregnancy test in your hand, clench it. If you've waited more than an hour at the sexual health clinic, bang your head a little bit. Nod it. If there's something that you've not told your family, and close your eyes if you worry sometimes about how we define masculinity. If you only learned what sexual consent was in your late teens, then grip your knees. And if you've ever felt pressured, then don't do anything for me. If there are things you wished you talked about more, look at your hand. If you can find a way to start the conversation, raise it. Thank you.
I have two more things to say, and I beg you for your attention while I say them, and then I shall release you into this day that will turn into a fantastic night, and so you can sample the forbidden delights of Moseley Folk Festival. First of all, as all the poets have said, go and talk to them. If you liked any of the poems, if you remember a line, if you have questions, go and talk to them. This is what poets eat. So feed them. Go talk to Stuart about Verbs Open Mic. Write poems, share your poems. It's important no matter what people say. Jasmine mentioned Gboyega Odubanjo. It's someone who's lost the entire poetry family has felt, and whether you know him or knew him, or you've just joined the poetry family at this event, you should know Gboyega's family has started their foundation to continue his work of inspiring others and supporting their creativity, which is something that he always did. So go and find it, and if you can support it, and if you can just spread the word about it, that's worth your time as well. It's Gboyega Odubanjo. Other than that, all I wanted to say is to restate what I said at the start. You're my favorite people. We are the people who at the music festival chose to spend an hour listening to poetry. You clearly make all the right choices in life, and that is something to be celebrated. So we'll roll into one. A round of applause for the organizers, the tech crew, all the poets, and for yourself.